here we have what has to be my favorite Hess Trucks. Now, I know we've been talking a lot about Hess Trucks recently. That's because every year for Christmas I get a Hess Truck. This year was 2013, obviously. My brother buys it for me since 2003. Now, what I like about them is how their design is, each one makes them different. And they're just special, one of my favorite things that I have. So I have a bunch of them. Obviously, if you've been watching all my videos, you would know that we have 2006, 2010, 2013, 2012, 1993, 2007, 2005, 2008, 2011, 2002, 1998, 2003, 1991, and 1992. Also 2009, 1999, 2004. Basically, to put it in other terms, I got from 91 to 93. I got from 98 and 99, 99, and 2002 to 2013. Still trying to fill in some of the gaps there. Anyways, here are probably what my favorite ones are that I have. And I'll give you a little bit of why each one is my favorite. In no specific order of 1 to 5, because then you're making it too difficult. Realize here's a bad thing to do, is have me tell what one is my favorite, because I could tell some about every one of these, what I like about it. What I like about 1993, that is an interesting police car. What do I like about 2007, that it's not one of my favorites. Oh, no. How they tried to make a monster truck. 2005, how it's a modern fire truck compared to the older fire trucks. 2008, how it's the first one to feature movements of them. See, I can talk about all of them, but these here are actually my favorite ones to tell you about. First, let's start with 2010, the furthest one back here from the camera view. Now, 2010, well, let's do this, I'll push the other ones out of the way. So we talk about 2010. Now, 2010 is a special one. It's the 10th car of the 2000s, obviously. 10th truck. What I like about it is their design. Here with that popping up, that gives it a... I think that's a cool thing about it, is having it pop up with the plane on it. Gives it like a cool thing, like, hey, this plane's ready for takeoff type thing. So I like that. I like how they made it, like, the curve here. That makes it, it looks interesting when you see it turn. What else do I like about it? I like how it's got actually some weight to it for... I mean, normally you don't want your trucks to be heavy, but this in here, it just feels right being heavy. And it looks good. Sort of like... It's long stretch, and I like the back wheels too. How it has many wheels in the back. And then talk about the jet. Look at how cool that is. The sound effects that it has. And like I said, how it's ready to be launched. And they did a very good job making 2010. Next one to talk about, we will talk about 2009. A year before the 2010 one, obviously, if you understand that. But still, this one here came out before the plane. And I like that it features like a little... It's almost a hidden compartment, because if you look at it like this, you wouldn't know, unless you like, obviously no, but if you just looked at it quickly, you wouldn't think, ah, that's going to open up and have a little card. And it's like those little Chinese things, so you press the button, not press the button, you turn the cap. Are those Chinese? I don't know, but they're from Asia. You take the cap, take a little one out, take a little one out. Those little things are cool. Sort of like that. You expect this. You can press the button on that one and you get a smaller version. They should have done that. Now it looks cool. It's got the nice race car look. And the bottom of it is flat. I think it's one of like the flattest bottoms that they put on a car. That looks cool. And I like that it has no tread on the tire, so it's like a race car. And also what I like is that each one has independent axle. Where normally you see cars will have that. But if you look at like a symmetrical all-wheel drive car, that's what it's like. They each have their own independent axle to control. So if this one here starts losing grip, the 3 other ones still go. So I like that about it, and the buttons on it gives it like a cool look, and how it has the little lights right there. Okay. Next one to talk about, we'll talk about 2004. This is the second Hess truck I ever got. To me, it's still one of my favorite ones. What I like about it is that the mirrors, they can actually fold in if you want. That they have to fold in to go in the box. It has like the little spring suspension, so you can go over things better. I like the door because it can go like that. It can fold down, so it can be like one of those split type things almost. And then the bikes, they're interesting. They're the best bike that I think they've made. Having the other ones from 98 and 2007, I think the 2004 bikes are the best. And seeing pictures of the other ones. The only thing is that it did fade right there, but it's white fading, and I used to use this one a lot. But there you have it, 2004. Still one of the greats. Come on, close the door. Ignore the part that I said, don't think about that. Okay, next, 2013. The newest truck has to be one of my favorite ones, not just because it's my newest one, but I think that it has ignore the little thing that comes with it. I think the truck in general looks cool. And when you look at it, it's got a heavy front. Like, I think that the front of the truck should be heavy and the back should be light. And I like, again, that it has the back of it with lots of wheels. Not as many as the 2010, but I like that it has lots of wheels. That it has the nice mud flaps to go down pretty far. I should try pushing this on the carpet here. See how it would go. And the mud flaps actually got stuck on the carpet because the wheels will sink in a little bit. Try to push it forward. Like if you just keep your hand on the front, it'll push down. But that's just part of it. And I like the sound effects, except for when I'm trying to put it on display and it's like 10 o'clock at night and I'm just trying to fix it. Like I put it up and then I might have left it like that, and then it might be a bit loud, but still. Also, I like how it has a little groove for the back of this to fit in, and how it has sound effects like it's backing up, sound effects like it's turning on. What I like about this little thing is I like its gears. Now what they did is they had the 2008 motorized truck, and for 2013 they brought it back. So this is the second time that's ever been motorized without, well, it's been motorized by battery powered instead of me pushing it on the carpet or something, so it can move itself. What I like is that they gave it tread so we can get better grip instead of just having the back wheel, and they made it faster in 2008. And it has a spinning bucket. The bucket comes up like that. So I think overall, it's a great truck. And finally, another one of my favorites, 1999. This here is the oldest truck that we feature in this. This year it's going to be a 15-year-old truck come the end of the year. just like me, I'm going to be 15 next month. February. Anyways, ignoring that, this here is $19.99. Now what they had to do is sum up the year, the century, basically. Century and the millennium. That's what it's sometimes called the Millennium Space Shuttle. So if we do any more Hess videos, you hear me say the Millennium Space Shuttle, this is the one that I'm talking about. I do like this one a lot. It has to, again, one of my favorite ones. That's why it's here. It is a lighter trailer than the other ones. It actually has a light front. So for some reason, I think that once I feel the weight of them, I just think that's the right weight for the truck. It has more of a square front, more like they would have in the 80s and 90s. The front of the truck was more square. Looking at now, they do it to be a little bit more aerodynamic for the truck. Instead of having all the air would just hit the front, slows you down. But if you have a nose, the air goes over it. That's like if you look at school buses, more have the nose on the front than being all in, so they put the engine in the front, so this makes it better. Oh, it does have a spot that I can change its batteries too. No, but this Millennium Space Shuttle, what was one of the key things of the 20th century? Nope, you're wrong. The key thing of the 20th century would probably be going to space. Men on the moon. Some other people went on the moon. Satellites in space. People walking on the moon. Satellites. People walking on the moon. And more satellites. We're sending spacecrafts out to take pictures of planets as they fly by and learning more about space and things that involve space. Were key to the the 20th century. So why not build a spaceship? The Millennium Space Shuttle. Great way to end the 20th century.